Let's check out another amazing nest from the Ant Lab. This is another 3D printed nest, so let's have an in-depth look at what you can expect. Let's get into the video. Okay, now AntLab was kind enough to send me this nest along with another one, and stay tuned because there may be a giveaway coming up. Now, they sent it to me for free and didn't expect me to do any favours in the reviewing process, just an honest look at the nest. So here it is on their website. This is the reservoir nest. This is version 1, the RS3D. And you can see here it's got some details all about the nest. So it's a 3D printed nest, and it has that removable press fit hydration chamber, and we'll show that later on in the video. Down here as well, it does give you the sizes for the internal dimensions and the external dimensions of the nest. Now when you scroll back up to the top, you can have a look at the different colours that it comes in and available, and also a little bit more detail about those nests. So a huge variety of colours that you can really see. I'm sure there's something there that you would really like. Some beautiful colours that I really like to see as well, and today I'll show you the rainbow and also the red colour. Alright, well let's get into having a look at the nest in more detail. So as mentioned, this is the rainbow version of the nest, and it is a very nicely printed 3D nest. As you can see here, got those beautiful colours on it on the outside. On the base here as well, it just mentions what the nest is, just a nice little added detail. Really good to see. You'll notice that it has these ports on the side as well, and an acrylic section, so we'll get into what these are. So these little grommets that you can see on the sides here, they are add-ons onto the nest and what you can do with this nest. So to begin with, we have this one right at the front here. Now these are grommets, I'll call them, 3D printed pieces that come out, and you can connect up with tubing to another nest or to the outworld from there. On the side here we also have rubber grommets. Now both sides are identical here, and these ones are a little different. Now as you can see, I struggled to get this one out, which is actually a good thing because it means it's nice and snug and nothing's going to escape. It also means I probably need to work out more often. Now on this particular grommet, you'll notice a slight difference. It's a little bit narrower, and what you can see here, I'll just try and focus up on this. A little hard for the camera to focus this close up on this very fine mesh, but what there is glued on the back of this grommet is fine mesh. Now what that is designed for is to get a little bit more ventilation into the nest if you do need it, which is great. And again though, you can remove this and you can go off into another nest, or you can connect up nests or outworlds as you see fit. But this is a really nice little feature to have that extra ventilation. And when we look inside the nest, you'll see more about the hydration side of things as well. So really interesting to see. Alright, well let's pop that one back in and let's have a look at some more features of this beautiful 3D printed nest. Okay, well it's time now to look at the connections before we get into looking inside the nest fully. And these are the connectors that come with it. So you've got one of these connectors here which you can attach to go off into some tubing to an outworld, or perhaps a test tube if you wish. Then what you have are these connectors here. Now these are an open connector, straight open and into the nest. And I'll show you another reason you can use that for. On the side here you have two of these mesh ones. Now these are a closed one, so nothing can escape, but they do allow for that extra ventilation inside the nest, which is really good. So using a connector like this, they all fit the same, they're all interchangeable, and they slot on really nicely, and they're nice and firm. They're a little bit of a softer sort of plastic, which is great. Means you can maneuver them nicely like so. Now any of these connectors, like I said, are interchangeable, and what you can actually do is you can pull any particular one off and interchange it. But the beauty of this nest is in the actual connection. So an open port like this, we've removed the grommet, and then you can get the open port on your second nest if you're doing an expansion. And what you can actually do here, so we've picked an open port, you can actually slot that up straight up into the nest like so. No need for any tubing at all, which is really fantastic. It's a great design. Now you can see here I've got a long edge with a short edge on the nest, so they're not quite lined up, but it's easy as just popping that out, choosing the right one. I'll remove the grommet here, and again we just press them together like so. Fantastic, no tubing, no mess, and it's a nice snug fit, which is fantastic. So you can keep on expanding your nest as much as you want and remove one of the closed ports and just keep adding more and more nests. So really fantastic setup. Really happy with this feature, well designed indeed. Now when you get your kit from AntLab, it will come like this. So you'll have all of your grommets ready to go. You've got 3 open ones, you've got 2 closed ones with the mesh, and then you have one connector for Outworld for tubing and such. Really happy with this. So, always satisfying to peel off the cover on a nice new piece of acrylic, like so. And what this does is it reveals the chamber system inside this nest. And it's beautiful. I'm really surprised by the colour. I actually really like the colour inside here. And there's some really nice finer details as well that we will have a look at. So straight away you can see it has the entrance, the main entrance chamber, and then you've got these extra ones that are coming off it, the hydration at the top there. We'll get into a little bit more, but you've got these chambers, and as you can see coming out from here into the chambers, you've got these 3 rather large chambers and then the one with the hydration piece in it as well. So that's really cool. Alright, well let's have a little bit of a closer look now at the nest. So going through the nest, what you'll be able to see here is just the quality of the print. Very nice quality, finished very well. There's no sharp edges. Even though some of the walls are quite narrow, the finish is really nice. Beautiful piece of acrylic as well on top. We can see the fine mesh that's used there for the hydration chamber. And look at these beautiful angles that are cut or 3D printed really nicely with a nice floor base there as well. So very nicely done. I'm very impressed with the quality of the 3D print. Now let's have a look at the hydration portion of this. So as you can see here, the hydration, you have a hole at the top which you can fill, and that pour water down there, and that will fill up the chamber underneath this nest. And you can see the water coming up through there as needed. But if you notice here, there's 4 screws, and what that does is you can actually pop off the bottom section of this nest like so, and in underneath here you can see an extra chamber. Now this is to house all of that water, and you can see here the fine mesh is glued onto the nest there, and so the water underneath can evaporate up and give a hydration or a moisture content gradient inside the nest. In this chamber here you can fill it with water. You can take it off for cleaning as needed, and you could also put some absorbent things in there like some cotton wool if you like, if you want to hold that moisture a little bit longer. So really nice feature. When you do pop it on, just make sure that you line up the nest like so. Pop it back on, do up those screws again, and you're good to go, and you can just fill up that hydration from that top port. Fantastic, really nice feature indeed. Okay, so here we have the rainbow nest, and next to it we have the red nest that was sent to me as well. So you can just see the color difference here. Again, the features are identical. You do have the compartment underneath that you can remove for that hydration, and then everything else is identical though with it, just the different colors. So no matter which nest you get off the website, they're all identical as far as construction, but it gives you a good idea of what you can expect in the nest. So really nicely finished product. I'm really happy with both of these ones that I have received. The quality of the 3D print, the quality of the fit of the grommets, the screws that go in place, the acrylic. It's really nice product. Very happy with it, and I'm excited to use one of these with one of my colonies and see how they go inside this particular nest. Okay, well there's a look at 2 of the colors that you can get plenty more available on the website as well if you want to check those out. But really fantastic to be able to have a look at these two particular nests. Now, as mentioned, these were sent to me by AntLab, which was fantastic for me to have a look at and be able to make a video to show everybody. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And the other wonderful thing that AntLab has done is offered to give away one of these nests. So I've got the rainbow nest here to give away, which is great. So one of my wonderful people that watch my videos will be able to get a chance to win the rainbow nest here. Now, what do you have to do? Well, all you need to do is describe and comment down below what colony you'd like to see inside a nest like this. That's all you need to do, is make a comment down below. Now, my Patreons and also my members, channel members, they will get 2 entries into the competition as well, and I'll draw that in 2 weeks. So give you a chance to have a look at it. So really happy with this nest, and I hope you enjoy the video. Fantastic. Well, a huge thank you to my wonderful Patreons for your support. Huge thank you to Medical Carcass 9, Huge Anus, Gordon C, and Ant Nation. I really appreciate it, and it makes videos like this possible to be able to share to all of you who are watching. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the channel, and you'll get early access to videos, behind the scenes information, and plenty of other perks on different levels as well. So I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I really do appreciate it. There's a video recommended for you by YouTube, and one that I picked that I think you might really enjoy. Thanks for watching right to the end of the video, and remember, happy ant keeping.